Thomas Gage, a British general and colonial administrator, played a significant role in the American Revolution as the commander of British forces in North America and later as the governor of Massachusetts Bay Colony. His tenure was marked by escalating tensions between the American colonies and the British government, ultimately leading to the outbreak of armed conflict and the start of the Revolutionary War. Let's delve into the life and legacy of Thomas Gage in the American Revolution. Early life and military career. Thomas Gage was born into a prominent English family in Wedding 718 and pursued a career in the British Army from an early age. He served with distinction in various military campaigns, earning a reputation as a capable and disciplined officer. In Wedding 763, Gage was appointed Commander-in-Chief of British forces in North America, tasked with maintaining order and enforcing British authority in the colonies. Tensions in the American colonies. During Gage's tenure as Commander-in-Chief, tensions between the American colonies and the British government reached a boiling point. Colonial resistance to British policies, such as the Stamp Act and the Townshend Acts, escalated, leading to protests, boycotts, and acts of civil disobedience. Gage struggled to contain the growing unrest and maintain control over the increasingly restive colonies. Boston Massacre and Intolerable Acts. In Wedding 770, Gage found himself embroiled in controversy following the Boston Massacre, in which British soldiers fired into a crowd of American protesters, killing several civilians. The incident inflamed anti-British sentiment in the colonies and further strained relations between the two sides. In response to the growing unrest, the British Parliament passed a series of punitive measures known as the Intolerable Acts in Wedding 774, aimed at asserting British authority and punishing the rebellious colonies. Outbreak of the Revolutionary War. The outbreak of armed conflict at Lexington and Concord on April 19, 1775, marked a turning point in the American Revolution and thrust Thomas Gage into the center of the conflict. As British troops clashed with colonial militia in the first battles of the war, Gage found himself facing a full-scale rebellion that would ultimately lead to American independence. Siege of Boston and later years. Following the battles of Lexington and Concord, Gage found himself besieged in Boston by colonial forces under the command of George Washington. Despite his best efforts to break the siege, Gage was ultimately replaced as Commander-in-Chief by General William Howe and recalled to England in 1775. He spent his later years in England, where he faced criticism for his handling of the American Revolution, but remained active in military and political circles until his death in 1787. Legacy and assessment. Thomas Gage's legacy is a complex and contested one. While some view him as a competent military leader who was unfairly vilified for his role in the American Revolution, others see him as a symbol of British oppression and colonial overreach. Regardless of one's perspective, Thomas Gage played a significant role in shaping the events of the American Revolution and the course of history. His actions and decisions as Commander-in-Chief of British forces in North America helped to ignite a revolution that would ultimately lead to the birth of a new nation founded on principles of liberty and self-determination.